What causes sleep problems? If you're sick and tired of not sleeping peacefully through the night, then you are in the right place. I am here to answer that question, plus give you proven methods to reclaim your nights. Let's dive right on in. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Shockley, Doctor of Cause, chiropractic, board certified in sports medicine, and specialized in clinical nutrition. In this video, we're going to be going over the most common causes of sleep problems. Knowing the cause helps provide the solution. Then we'll cover the most effective sleep hack that will have you sleep better tonight. And finally, I'll be sharing with you a little known method your MD will never mention that will end your sleep problems permanently. Let's get started. What are the most common causes of sleep problems? As I said, once you understand the cause of why you're not sleeping at night, you can actually find the solution to remedy it once and for all. So one of the most common causes of sleep problems would be something that you probably guessed it, anxiety. Dealing with high levels of stress and not being able to calm down is one thing that keeps the brain running at night and keeps you from being able to fall asleep, or maybe you can, but you can't stay asleep at night because your brain turns right back on. That is a huge common cause of sleep issues. Another common issue that interferes with sleep is snoring. It is not just disruptive to the person who's sleeping with you, but it actually can wake you up and pull you out of deeper levels of sleep at night so that you're not getting that restorative kind of sleep that you should be having. Along those lines, sleep apnea is another incredibly common cause of sleep problems, which again, to figure out why these things are happening and what's causing each one of these situations is ultimately what's going to set you free from your sleep problems. Another common cause that is going to rob you of your sleep is restless leg syndrome. Yeah, obviously, if the body can't calm down, you can't stay relaxed, you're having to fidget all over the place, how restful is your sleep actually going to be? So determining what's causing that restless leg syndrome is obviously going to help you be able to sleep better and more soundly at night. Another one that maybe isn't quite as obvious at times is the temperature of your room. Now, we are not meant to sleep in extreme hot or extreme cold temperatures because the body temperature actually fluctuates at night. And either way, hot or cold, it can wake you up from your sleep. So knowing what the temperature is of your room is incredibly important. We're going to talk more about sleep environment soon. Contrary to what most people might think, consuming alcohol before you go to bed, and they say anywhere like within 3 hours before going to bed, actually, while it may help you fall asleep, because of how the body processes alcohol, it can end up waking you up in the middle of the night. It can cause blood sugar to spike at an inappropriate time. It can affect your body temperature. It actually, in its breakdown, it can be more of a stimulant versus a depressant. So ultimately, alcohol is something that could be robbing you of quality, deep level restorative sleep. Another substance that people reach for regularly would be something that contains caffeine. Now, while there is so much controversy around caffeine and is it good or is it bad, we know that if you consume caffeine generally too close to when you go to bed, it's more than likely going to affect your ability to sleep at night. So if caffeine is something that's in your wheelhouse, don't use it after the morning. Definitely not after 3 p.m., though there are people out there that are sensitive to caffeine that if they have it even after morning time, they're not going to sleep at night. So make sure you know how you seem to respond to caffeine. And if you're choosing to consume it, try to keep it in the morning hours only, not for that afternoon pick-me-up so that it doesn't affect your sleep at night. Something else that's really interesting that will completely rob you of your sleep is watching the clock at night. If you're having a rough night and you're tossing and turning, it is so hard to not want to look to see what time it is, to figure out how much time you have left to sleep or when your alarm's going to be going off and so on and so forth. The problem is looking at your phone is going to create light, into your eyes, into your brain, which stimulates your brain and is going to help wake you up. And then there's this mental piece that happens. So avoiding looking at what time it actually is going to serve you far better than trying to look and figure out, oh, I've got 4 more hours of sleep left. So avoid looking at the clock at night. There's a multitude of different things that can keep you from sleeping at night. And ultimately, as I mentioned, we have to figure out what the cause is. Once we can figure out what the problem is, we can address what the cause of that problem is, and then we can start sleeping, more properly at night. So I'm curious, did you know about these different challenges and how they could be part of what's actually keeping you from sleeping at night? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, what is this most successful lifestyle hack that you can use and implement right now so you sleep better tonight? It would be creating a sleep haven for yourself. First and foremost, your bedroom should not be used for dining or working or, anything outside of sleeping and making love. That is not like what your bedroom should be made for. Okay. That everything else should be off limits. It's sleep and love. That's what happens in your room. Now create an environment that is appealing for both of those activities. Okay. So what creates the best environment for setting you up for a successful night of sleep? Well, it would be one that your room is pitch black. Any ounce of artificial light that we are exposed to can affect your circadian rhythms and hormone balance and all this stuff that you don't know the finite details of. You don't have to know that. Just know that light is disruptive. We like our circadian rhythm. When it's dark outside, we're supposed to go to sleep. When it's light outside, we're supposed to be awake. But we have artificial light. So if there's artificial light in a room, it can mix up the messaging of what our hormones and that circadian rhythm is telling the body. So if you can sleep in complete blackness, that would be best. Your temperature, as I was mentioning earlier, is incredibly important. 62 to 71 degrees Fahrenheit is kind of the ballpark of what you want your room to be so that it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold. It's that right temperature that allows your body to go to its temperature that it's supposed to be while you're sleeping, which is a little bit cooler at night. You also want it to be quiet. Now, if you live in an area where there's constant noise outside or you've got people above you, there's some element of noise, then you might benefit from actually having a continuous white noise of some nature, whether it's a fan or, there's a multitude of different sleep apps, which you can put an app on, but close up your iPad or close up your phone so that you don't see the light and have that be further away from you. That would be helpful. I emphasize further away from you because something else that can be really disruptive to your sleep without you even knowing it is all the technology we're surrounded with. It's constantly outputting, different electromagnetic frequencies. And there's a lot of controversy around this topic. But if you're really wanting to sleep better at night, it would be better serving to remove all of that from your room. In fact, we don't do technology in our room. I do use my phone as my alarm, but I put my phone into airplane mode at night. I shut down the data, I shut down the Wi-Fi. There's nothing that's coming or going out of my phone. It's purely just an alarm and it's face down so I don't see any light from it whatsoever. And I also put it away from the bed so that I physically have to get up and go address the alarm in the morning. Okay. That also helps with reducing light exposure. If you have an alarm clock, like an old school alarm clock, you can always put a washcloth over it so you're not tempted to look at what time it is, but also so it blocks out the light for you. That way you're not getting that light exposure. Okay. Having a little bit of air that circulates through the room also can be really helpful so the room just doesn't get stagnant. Using a humidifier in the dry times of the year can make the air be more soothing and less irritating to the respiratory system as well. Ceiling fans, while awesome, can also be drying to your airways. So maybe using a fan off in the distance that's not directly blowing air on you could be your white noise plus circulate the air. So anything that is considered soothing to you, you get to make this be your sleep haven. Let it be so appealing for sleep and lovemaking that that's all that happens there, and that will help set you up. In addition to that, creating a sleep routine so that you go to bed at the same time every single night, you wake up at the same time every single morning, and in that last half hour before you go to bed, you do the same thing. We are creatures of routine and habit. We do this with our kids. It works really well with our babies and our kids. So why do we not do this when we're an adult? When you do the same thing over and over again and you go to bed at the same time, you wake up at the same time, your body gets into that pattern. Your body knows when sleep is supposed to be happening, and it will set you up for more success. Now, before I get into the little known method for addressing your sleep problems that your MD's not really ever going to mention, I just want to take a moment to remind you to click the subscribe button down below, turn those notifications on, and give me a big thumbs up, one of those likes while you're down there. I greatly appreciate it. I am regularly producing videos for you specifically to help you be able to take back control of your health so that you can achieve what I call total body mastery, where you're more invincible, you're unstoppable, you're unshakable. So click that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and give me a big thumbs up. Okay, what is this little known method that your MD is not going to mention for resolving sleep issues permanently? It is finding and treating the cause of why you're not sleeping in the first place. So as we were discussing in the very first tip, like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, anxiety, any other health related issue that might be disturbing you from sleep, we need to figure out, why are you dealing with that? Why do you have anxiety? Why do you have sleep apnea? And if we can figure out what the underlying cause of that problem is and address that, then we just took care of why you're not sleeping in the first place. You see, if all we do is throw sleep aids at you, or if it's anxiety, we put you on anti-anxiety medication, we're just masking your body's warning signals for telling us that something is wrong. Now, while it may seem like it works for a period of time, eventually a new symptom shows up or a new challenge shows up. It's your body still trying to tell you, like, hey, you didn't address this, so I have to give you another warning signal that there's a problem. Ultimately, what that allows happen too is that problems become more severe or more advanced, and you don't ever want to ignore symptoms. Okay, they're always your body's way of saying something's wrong. It doesn't matter how common they are in our world. Many people are running around anxious right now. That doesn't mean it's normal. That means a lot of people have some issues going on that we need to get down to the bottom of. Okay, so you have to find and treat the cause of the health issue that's keeping you up at night if you want to actually sleep. And the best way to do this is a whole other video in it of itself. So I've already got that done for you. If you're really curious to figure out, why do you have sleep apnea, or why are you dealing with anxiety? Why do you have heart problems, or why is your bladder not making it through the night? Like, there is no limit. Whatever health issue and challenge you're having that you feel is robbing you of your sleep, you can get the answer to, and you can solve the problem. All you need to do is go down below this video into the description, click on it so it opens up, and find the 5-day health challenge. Now, here's the thing. There's just 5 videos. It doesn't actually take you 5 days, and they're short. They're just broken up so that you can, more bite-sized pieces. If you listen to this, by the end of it, you will know exactly what's causing your health problems and how to address them. And it's specific to you. You can't address sleep apnea the exact same way for every single person, because the reason why they have it is different for every single person. So again, go back down into that description, click on it, open it up, find the 5-day health challenge. And I can't wait to see you on the inside of that and a future episode. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully today was helpful, and we'll see you soon. God bless.